Are you ready for part 2? Okay, so we're going to get into our tea, and the first time I ever give you some rune readings. So cheers to that. Oh, it's perfect. It's still like super warm, but chilled enough to drink. I love it when it's like that. Okay, so how are we feeling about the previous reading? There was like so much transformative energy. I'm super excited for you guys. Incredible. Like new projects are opening up for you, new love or a return of a previous love, like literally endless potential possibilities. Really beautiful stuff. Okay. I don't want to rush through that, or else I'll be sweating on camera, which I probably already do sometimes. So I don't typically do rune readings, but I play around with my best friend, and we have been learning over the last few months. I am definitely going to use my rune cards to give you like the exact definition, just so, you know, I'll obviously read intuitively into it, but I want to make sure I'm on point. Anywho, let's cleanse the space. Yeah, it's just reminding me that we still have some stuff to clear. We were still dealing with some like overwhelming feelings, maybe a little bit of heartache or something, you know, we were dealing with like conformity issues. Maybe you're having trouble going against the grain of like what your family wanted, what your friends think you should do or be, what society tells you should be. And like none of that matters because you're supposed to be yourself, right? Even if it's weird and witchy like me. One day I just said, fuck it. You know what? We gotta just get out there and be weird. And that's what it's all about. So, bloop, bloop. Yeah, more cleansing. Eventually that potential just breaks through, right? Try to control it. You can't. You just gotta let energy be energy. Okay, so how we're gonna do this is a 3-stone pull. I will shuffle it out. First one will be our overview. Like, what's your question? So right now, whatever your question is, or should be, whatever the universe is trying to tell you to focus on. What is the situation at hand to answer their question? Cool. We got this one. Looks like a lightning bolt. Or an N. Or Z. Well, let me pull all 3. Okay, second rune represents the challenge. What is the challenge against this situation? F. So cool, that one. And actually, I don't think it's an F. I think. Let's see. Third one is the possible course of action that could be taken, that should be taken. I love this one. It's also a protection symbol. So we are protected in whatever plan of action we need to take. Okay. Take another sip. I'll keep pulling in the collective's energy, please. Spirit guides. All right. Let's see. Let's see what we got. Sowilo. And I'm going to butcher the pronunciations of these, but we're going to go with it. Ansus. Inguaz. Cool. Sowilo. So, the overview of our situation at hand. This was to answer your question. Success and goals achieved. Honor through achieving these goals. The life force and health. A time when power will be available to you for positive changes in your life, victory, health, and success. This is beautiful. Are you kidding me? This is exactly what the tarot card said. Wow, the overview of our whole situation, right? And we ended with transformation and success and abundance in every realm of your life, all aspects. So literally, this confirms that success, goals achieved, you're honorable now. You have a full life force of health. You've achieved something. There's victory here. And really positive changes that granted you this success. I should just stop right now. Okay. The challenge keeping you away from this success of achieving your goals right away is Ansus. A revealing message or insight, communication. What did I say at the beginning of the reading in the cards? So go back to part 1. I was talking about how you had a page. You had a page of wands. Somebody was going to come in with some insight or a message. There was going to be some kind of form of communication. And you also had to find insight through study, through a book, something, or somebody guiding you, some kind of mentor. There was something to be learned. But it says signals, so watch for the signs. Inspiration, enthusiasm, speech, true vision. You had the vision card. Power of words and naming, blessings and taking of advice. So your challenge here is to take that advice, to listen to your spirit guides, hello, the signals, to see your true vision through your third eye. And that the power of words, like what we speak, we're casting spells. I say that to my friends all the time, like be careful what you say. Even if it's just slang, lingo, it doesn't matter. Like this is still a spell, whether you are conscious of casting it or not. So some kind of communication's coming through, and just be mindful of how you communicate back. This will be inspiring, though. Excuse you, baby. She says, hello, this is my fairy, my fae child. And I pulled the fairy cards earlier. How on point. Look at her cute little bow. Are you kidding me? Yes, my princess. Okay. Yeah, that's our challenge, to be enthusiastic about this speech, about having this conversation. That's your challenge. But there are blessings around this. So you've got to have this communication, you've got to have this talk, or whatever message comes through, like take the advice. Don't not take it. Okay, and then this is the possible course of action that you should take. Inguaz. Male fertility, gestation, internal growth, common virtues, common sense, simple strengths, family, love, caring, human warmth in the home. I mean, this says everything. Male fertility. Okay, guys, wrap up if you are not trying to We did have growth and new beginnings. Anywho, yeah, a lot of internal growth. Like seriously, you've already gone through the healing stage, and now you just are looking forward towards this huge growth period. Common virtues and common sense. It's like you guys come together after this communication. You guys can finally be on the same page with virtues and what makes sense. It creates simple strengths. She just gave me a love bite. I love you too. Family, love, caring. No, you're not playing with the stones. See, she's reaching for that one too. She's like, yep, you got to go for love, caring, and human warmth. So if one, especially if the male was in separation, if you are the male and you're not really trying, excuse you, no, she keeps trying to play with it. You're trying to avoid that. No, the universe is literally saying you've got to go after that. That's what creates the home and this warmth. It says human warmth in particular. So yeah, it's like definitely the union of two people coming. It was just 11:11 on the clock too. Definitely union of these two people coming together. Period. Okay. Yes. Union. Look, you're going to have health, success, the love. Like you just have to allow this communication to come through. And then the power of your words, like recognize how that leads towards more growth. So cool. All right. She wants to play with these stones so bad. Cheers. Nope. What did I just say? I just said no because you're going to knock the stones off. And we're not doing that. We're not doing that today. Okay. As I let the last little bit of tea cool down, I wanted to go over our moon phases that we're in right now, just to give us some more clarity. The number 3, well, 3 could be significant. I was going to say 33. New moon is in Sagittarius right now. That is the explorer's adventure. This girl, she's going to try to get these stones. You are the explorer. She's knocking everything over. It says this is a time for exploration, learning, and expansion. The books, I told you. If you're meant to like take a course, go back to school, learn something through a mentor, you got to do it now. Because this is what we just passed. This is like the energy that we're in right now. So new moon just passed in Sagittarius, and this is leading towards your expansion. The Sagittarius's energy is to pursue your passions and expand your horizons. Are you kidding? That's everything of what we've been told by the cards to be doing. Clara Lucas Balfour says, "Are not flowers the stars of the earth?" That's so beautiful. Oh my goodness. She's ridiculous. I want to put these stones away, you guys, so she won't lose them. Okay. Beautiful. Then currently we are in the waxing crescent stage, which is all about growth. Exactly what the cards keep saying. As the moon moves into the waxing crescent phase, you'll notice that it's growing in size, just like the opportunities and ideas that are blossoming in your life. This card represents the energy of growth and encourages you to nourish your ideas and to keep moving forward. You already know, whatever you are meant to do, this is your life path, it's your purpose, and you've got to do it now. Like right now. Dun, da, da, da. Next week, I believe by next Thursday, we're moving into the waxing gibbous stage, which is almost full moon, right? So you're almost there. The waxing gibbous is a time of almost reaching your goals, and the energy of this card represents the final push towards success. Keep going. You're almost there. Oh, wait. Numbers. Wow. I'm so psychic. I read the new moon first in Sag, right? The number 33. And before that, remember I had said, I'd stumbled and I said, oh, 3. I meant to say 33, but 3 is significant as well. That's because then we're currently in the growth waxing crescent stage, and that's a 3. Can you see it? Next week, we'll be in the waxing gibbous, where you're almost there. 5, which 5 is change. 3 is all about creativity, communication, collaboration, getting these projects going, getting back together with this lover or starting this venture towards that energy. And then by the beginning of next month, we have the full moon in Sagittarius, which is the Archer's Aim, 34. So wow, we're like consecutively at 3s. 3s are so significant. And you just keep going, 33, then 34. Embrace your inner warrior and stand up for what you believe in. Remember, go against the grain. I don't care what society thinks. I don't care what your mom, your dad, your friends, your family members. Be you. Be authentic. Be real to you. What you want, because you're going to change the world. This is your life path, your purpose. Using the full set. Excuse me. Stand up for what you believe in, using the full set. Using the full moon. It means using the full moon, set your sights high and aim for the stars. Using the full moon's energy to manifest your dreams and goals. Illumination to gain clarity and strength. So you'll have full clarity and strength to manifest these goals by the full moon in Sag. There's definitely magical energy here. Look into the card too. You see this like magical swirl of rainbow? And 34, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah. Oh my gosh. You guys, it's like 7. It's clearing out any fog, any confusion that once was. You totally know your purpose, and you're gonna. Some of you are already reaching that success. So as soon as you know it, you're there. It's just now we have to manifest it tangible into the 3D. But others of you might literally be at that point where you're already gonna see in tangible reality what your successes are. So freaking cool. Okay, cheers again. Beep. Last moment to ask your questions to the T. I'm just going to add the last little bit of leaves in here. Dun, 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 dun. Let's get more than that. There we go. They are stuck. You guys are really, part of the collective is really like, I don't know, not wanting to like move towards this. It's not that you don't want to move towards this. There's just like reluctancy, like you not believing in that internal wisdom or that faith within the universe. I don't know why. Haven't you seen the signs already? Okay. 3, 2, and 1. What is it you have to tell the collective? There's going to be some road bumps on the way. But not to give up. Wow. There's like a guardian angel or a fairy godmother or like a grandmother, a mom, somebody, some kind of figure within the tea that's spilled on the saucer. And she's got an arm like reaching out, like she's totally here, either pointing, guiding you on the path, or she's got your hand. You're going to have 3 signs 3 signs to see that they're with you. Okay. I love this. Okay, cool. We've got a full reading. Wow. You're totally being guided. Like your path is illuminated. I feel like who's ever watching this, you already know what your purpose is. Like you really do. And whatever the factors were, we were just like in some stagnancy, putting it off, being sidetracked, whatever. But you see it. Like it's literally in the mind's third eye, because over the full moon, we've got the leaves here and then going up past the crown chakra into the future, into like you see the success, you see the vision. Even if you're blinded, like the eyes are closed at the full moon, but she still sees the vision through the third eye. She knows, or he, I'm just reading energy, that this is your path. This is your soul's true calling. This is your person's, whoever I was talking to before in the cards. Okay, on the same timeline. So yeah, this is known to you this week. Like this week, and yeah, in this growth period, now. You're getting the downloads from spirit now. This week. Same timeline this week, this new project begins. It's like you're putting your heart back into this passion project, or you're putting your heart and your faith back into this connection, and it's fully. Butterflies are significant with this connection, or just symbolizing transformation, regrowth. Because it's a butterfly pea flower that's directly on the heart key. So this door is open and this butterfly is like flying out. And it's funny because the leaf, the flowers and the leaves are like in the shape of the cocoon. But I see one part of it like breaking open, it's emerging. So this week you've got these spiritual downloads. You're feeling the sense of love, internal love, like for yourself too, not even necessarily romantically, but maybe that's that recognition of that connection is like coming back to you, or you're, the intuition of this, this passion and this love is there. Through the next week though, it's like you're still getting over these hurdles. Like the growing period may be a little challenging still, but you're almost there, because then the energy slows down. But then it comes back, it sprinkles in, literally just, it reminds me of like the stars in the sky. And same timeline for both. So into the next few weeks, into December, this project gets off the ground. This communication comes in. This message comes in of love, or potentially getting started with some kind of business plan that will be successful. In the love department, I believe there's like three major signs, and they trail down consecutively. I don't know, I'm just getting like on a Wednesday, on a Tuesday, and then on a Monday, of you getting some kind of clarity, some kind of guidance in the right direction of this love venture. It is correlated with whoever was in separation by the end of December. Because you're still in separation now. I believe by the end of the waxing gibbous. So 1 to 2 more weeks max by the full moon, then that separation ends. They do come through. And if it's not a person, then some kind of cycle ends. If it's not in the physical with your person, the cycle is broken and ends energetically. maybe they're like mentally open to it, or their heart's open to it again. Or it could be with this passion project and getting your ideas rolling, like that separation of stagnancy is done. And now the stars are starting to illuminate the way. Okay. Yeah, because we do have, yeah, these last few weeks we were definitely going through it, but Mercury was in retrograde, so it makes sense. It always like clouds the judgment of where our journey is taking us or what journey we should be on. And we weren't climbing the mountain. We were not making success. There were challenges being faced that we didn't even want to face. And now we're finally ready to face them by waxing gibbous. So in a week or two, by the full moon, you're in it. We're fully facing the challenge and starting to be steady climbing towards our goals, towards success in our careers, in our love life, everything. It does correlate with this progress. So yeah, you are steadily making progress. You're starting to in the next 2 weeks, you're starting to get the fire going again. It's just the dedication comes back. I see chariot energy. There's a little guy on a chariot and he's heading forward. You're moving. You're steadily making progress. There's a crescent moon too under, so it's like by December, you're getting you're going to see progress with getting like putting yourself out there, like social success, like you're coming into recognition. People are starting to see you or whatever you're doing. And there's diamond energy here, but it's like the Harley Quinn diamond. It's not a regular upright diamond. It's to the side. You know, it's so funny because I was just watching this random thing on fashion about the Harley Quinn print and how it's like so much older than the actual Harley Quinn cartoon that came out in the 90s. And it was from the Renaissance era where literal gestures created costumes that were meant to look like patchwork. So it would symbolize that they were of lower status because they had to patch their clothing together. So it's like this patchwork throughout your life that has been happening, and you pick up lessons here, and then you're able to build it all together and just sew it and weave this story and this knowledge together towards this journey of success. Fun fact, Harley Quinn was only meant to be in one episode, and she just was liked by so many viewers that they were like, oh, this is going to be a character that stays now. So I feel like that's your story too. You thought, I don't know, maybe you didn't think you were as special as you were, and you didn't want to put yourself out there that much, or maybe you weren't looking for that fame or recognition, but it's coming. Okay. Just going back to timeline. Yeah, this spiritual awakening is happening now. And it's so driven simultaneously with this new beginning in love or your purpose, whatever you're trying to accomplish. Butterfly energy again, or even a bat. And bats are amazing. They're just like birds and the bees. They make everything grow. Remember, we're in a growth period right now. Like they're fertilizers. Pollinators is the word I'm looking for. They pollinate. You've literally planted the seeds. And then what do we have under fig? Yeah. Yeah, this week there was a seed, a single seed planted in both parties. If I'm talking to my lovers, this week, that spiritual awakening that happened energetically hit mentally into you and to them, or maybe it hit into heart and soul space, either or. That seed was planted. They're still going through the growth period. You're almost there. Yeah. I feel by full moon, it's only it's like in 2 weeks. Not even in a week. Like when you're almost there, you're going to recognize, yeah, the growth is so happening. It's like the flower is there, but it's not in bloom yet. Just like I was talking about in part 1 with the lotus. It's just the bulb coming up. It hasn't fully. So again, it's like this fertility energy. It's growing. Little seeds are being planted throughout the next 2 months before the end of the year. There's 3 major seeds that are going to be planted at the end of December. One of them, just be wary of, because we're shedding the year of the snake. And one of these seeds that are planted are growing and lead you towards success and love, maybe somebody will be jealous of, or maybe somebody might try to sabotage, something like that. So just be mindful of that. I'm hopping back and forth. Sorry. So this fertility that's going to come in, the seeds are planted. It doesn't have to mean literal fertility, but the seeds that are being planted by the end of November, something directly correlates with family affairs or financial affairs. So be mindful of that. Maybe you have to utilize family money, or maybe you have to pay for something to get the ball rolling, to plant a seed towards success or growth, or you have to take care of some kind of finance or family situation before you can start to reap the rewards and see this grow. And yeah, end of the year, you're clear of family affairs and financial affairs, but there's just little things that are coming up. I feel like 2 major things in November, December, little things. We're trying to better ourselves. Yeah, there's 3 major things. Seeds that are like, you're trying to better yourself mentally right now, and then you're going to start to see those seeds that were planted later on. They're growing before the end of the year, and there's a big seed, and that really expands on this spiritual enlightenment, crosses directly over with the apple in the church. So like, you're bettering yourself through this spiritual growth, and it could be union or real commitment with a lover, because church could also represent like a marriage. It doesn't mean that you guys are going to literally get married. I don't see enough leaves here for that, but there's one big major seed with some sprinkled around it. So the energy is super strong. That seed is definitely planted around recognizing that you better yourself with this lover. And there is some kind of commitment here. It is, yeah, there's an important decision that's going to need to be made around this commitment, around this spiritual enlightenment, correlated to this new beginning in love and success. And it leads you right to that major epiphany, this realization that you better yourself with this commitment. Either it could be commitment to this project or commitment to this person, maybe both. And that decision has to be made, because it's on the brink of the church placement and our Jupiter. And this is directly correlated to you putting yourself out there in the limelight because you have star energy too. So you will have social success once this epiphany is realized. I'm hopping all over the place today, but I'm just going with intuitively, so bear with me. I just want to bring it back to this snake. In the next week, after this growth period, well, we're still, if through the week, we're still in our growth period. So maybe again, we're still personally shedding things, people, places, ideologies, old morals, or lack of, or there could be, yeah, snake energy. Like you need to let go of somebody. I see a person here. Somebody that you're holding on to. I don't know, but it's like I'm getting more friend energy that was toxic. And there's a little bee. Bees are, again, pollinators, and the bee's moving away from, it's like, it kind of looks like the bee stung that person and the person's running away and the bee is moving towards fertility. So if you're the bee, you're like, yeah, I needed to get away from that, and now I'm going to head towards like my ideas and really putting my energy into that because that looks way better. I'm seeing ram energy. Maybe there's Capricorn, or somebody you're dealing with has addictions, addictive personalities, traits, just devil energy. It could be, they give into the ego too much, or literally like alcohol or drug issues. I'm seeing a fish skeleton. Something was fishy. Something was like dead and over with, and it was still lingering. And you're finally gonna see that energy. The letters R or K could represent something. But dead fish is moving in the opposite direction of fertility, so that's good. And feel free to look up any of the, it was just 38:08 on the clock. Feel free to look up any of these symbols that I mentioned because my intuition can only tell me so much, and I'm reading for a collective, so I can't pick up on specific things for you. But if your intuition guides you to a particular symbol or something that I say, look up the meaning of that because it's going to give you more guidance. Okay. As far as love, a lot of, yeah, okay, that correlates with love. A lot of social gatherings. We are going to family events or holiday things. It's light though. It's light energy. I feel like it's nothing too heavy, which is good. Like, I don't think the holidays are going to be that stressful for you. Sorry guys, I'm just trying to pick up any last bit of shapes in here. I'm going to move it on. The letter C could be symbolizing something. A cat, C, I'm getting cat energy again. And that's under social gatherings. So if you see a cat at a social gathering, it could be significant, or whatever it's touching. If it's on a book, open that book. Okay, anyhow, this social gathering correlates right into love, into our heart space of affection and love. Romance, it could be self-love too, but I feel like, and it's right during Christmas time, the weeks before Christmas and during Christmas, you are feeling nostalgic again. We're feeling the feels. Somebody's thinking about a brunette guy, and he's on the edge of this social gathering. Maybe you see him at a social gathering, you meet him at a social gathering, or he's looking into the social gathering instead of towards love. So maybe he's got his focus on family stuff with all of the holidays rather than you. Okay. I'm just I see two people doing the deed. That's all I'm saying. So yeah, be mindful at the end of the year if you do think you might be fertile. But I didn't see any of that energy actually. But somebody's having fun. We're getting freaky right before the new year. Yes, we are. It's okay. I see lion energy too. And lion's crossing over in between a challenge and love. So maybe your lover is a Leo and it seems challenging still, but the Leo is looking towards the love rather than the challenge, which is always a good thing. But they're still in challenge energy. Celery stalk could represent something, I don't know, that came to me. Around love, maybe you're going to eat celery with your lover. Who knows? Yeah, butterfly energy again. Around this lover. This transformation, this butterfly energy, it's crossing over into the challenge still. So I feel like we're not experiencing full love, or we're not in full commitment yet, all the way up until the new year, because somebody or both parties are still focusing on something that's overwhelming with this challenge. But it's like these challenges are so little. The leaves are so tiny. There's one major challenge or disagreement or difference of opinion that potentially doesn't even have to be a challenge, and it's right at the end of the year, and it has to do directly with Saturn. So somebody has to let go of something, and I'm seeing like Hierophant energy where the guy's got the old white wig on, and he's, it's like the challenge is conformity and like trying to do what society tells you to do, and like we don't need to do that. You need to listen to your intuitive guides, your fairy godmom, your spirits from the higher ups. Yeah, a lot of energy of losing something, letting go of something that we need to release in order for that recognition, soul recognition, external recognition, like this. Some of you might even become famous, like putting yourselves out there, or what am I looking for? The social recognition. There's so much energy and love. There is a lot of Venus, but it's all outside. It's like we're like externally seeking this validation and this love, but it comes from within, remember? But it directly like you're going to feel a lot of love from the social recognition. If you're not feeling it from a lover yet, you're going to feel it from the social recognition. And then that's going to put you more in the energy of receiving it from a lover, 4411 on the timer, because you are exuding that. There's a lot of good luck around this. All of the luck, the leaves on the clover are more towards Venus's side. Like they're like being magnetically pulled towards the love. Yeah. It's like outside source people recognize this social, that you have potential to put yourself out there and be successful in whatever you're doing. But for whatever reason, you're not fully in that power yet. Like you're still growing to see that. Zero Mars energy. So whatever like little issues there are, there's none. There's like whatever you're thinking, it's literally made up. There's no challenge. One of our cards from part 1 was everything's fine. Like, just trust. There's new beginnings, and the new beginnings are correlated in love. Somebody's going to get a message about this new beginning in love, and somebody's going to get a new message about something beginning in a passion project. And somebody still thinks that there is some kind of difference of opinion or challenge correlated to this new beginning. I don't know why we can't let that go. Jeez, but there is like happiness and success and good, clear energy here. What else do we have? Mercury, yeah, the journey. The journey needs to be made. The decisions need to be made in order for you to go on said journey. Really, yeah, we've got to let go. We've got to let go for this love connection to come in. We've got to let go of old ideologies, to let go of these challenges. We have to let go in order for this fame and fortune to come in, for our good luck to start rolling in. It's all connected, guys. I don't know what more I can tell you, but this is what it looks like. And I'm Kat. This is my channel, Pure Premonitions. We're here to make more magic. It's where the magic happens. So I am so happy you're here with me. I hope this resonated, and go watch part 1 if you were a little lost, or maybe just this is all you needed. So I love you, and I'll see you next time. Bye.